My name is Bryan Kramer. I'm the president and CEO of Pure Matter, a digital agency in Silicon Valley. We're focused on demand gen and social media, digital marketing. And we work with a lot of companies that are trying to figure out where they can best fit this whole new digital spectrum, the whole new approach to marketing, especially since social came on board in the last just few years, really. Part of what I was talking about here today in my keynote was about how things become crowd-worthy. How do we make things go viral? What things can we do to help that along? And so I talked about the 4 rules that can apply to just about every crowd-worthy campaign that we talk about. First, I started with the whole notion of human to human, the book that I wrote, to talk about, to basically identify the fact that everything that does go viral is something that touches each of us inside in our human capacity, meaning it really grabs us. It makes us want to belong. As I defined it, as it's defined, a crowd is something that you either want to become a member of or you're a non-member of. And if you have opted in, whether it's in your mind or physically, by opting in as a member of the crowd, you are now participating fully in whatever it is that you want to do. So for instance, I use the ALS bucket challenge as one of the examples. And unless you've been living under a rock, you know what the ALS bucket challenge is. Now the interesting thing about that is that it was started by one guy, Pete Frates, who was a famous baseball player, got ALS, and he started it in Boston. He started doing this and it took off. The reason that it took off is because one person, it meant something to that one person, and that person was able to trigger something that then worked. Now, what worked? There are 4 rules that actually worked here to help this take off, and this doesn't just apply to ALS, this applies to every crowd campaign that actually works. Rule number 1 is keep it simple. With the ALS challenge, it was in its most simplistic form, and this applies to all campaigns. But the thing about the ALS challenge was pour ice over your head. It doesn't get much simpler than that. Have a structured plan. The plan is to do this within 24 hours. Again, simple and straightforward. The third thing is invite people to the party. As part of the campaign, it was inviting your 3 friends to now take part within 24 hours and put ice over your head. The final one is the art of improv, not saying no. This went viral because everyone had fun with it and it equalized everybody, including Hollywood stars and people like you and me. That's what made this campaign great. So when you apply these 4 rules to any crowd campaign, you can see how it humanizes the effort and it makes it crowd-worthy.